Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the Lowend to Legend, part 20. And Matt concludes the Australian leg of the game. As you can see right there in front of you, he managed to clinch it with the Newcastle Jets. But I'll tell you what, right, he did it the hard way because I wasn't able to watch his game because I had a game. But as you can see there, he went one down immediately. Now, for those of you that don't know how Australia works, it is really fucked up. And I'm going to show you. You have an opening stage, right? And the opening stage, you must come in the top 6. Play each other twice. And there you see, he smashed that. I think he drew his first or second game, but he smashed that. But it is irrelevant because after the first opening stage, you then go to the closing stage. You have another 5 games and you must finish in the top 2. Now, that last game, right, that he played in this, he was playing MacArthur. Now, I had a game, and I'd already seen the result of Adelaide United and Melbourne, and they both won. Matt was only like halfway through the first half, and he was 1 down. I think he was 1 down anyway. In fact, I'm sure he was 1 down. Yeah, he was 1 down. And then he equalised, and I thought to myself, fuck me, half-time, he had to win. Based on me having seen the results of his rivals, he had to win to finish in the top 2. And then, of course, he came good. As you can see, he came good to win 4-1. And, of course, it's funny, really, because you have that last game of the second of that closing stage on the 23rd of April. You then have the grand final in the 9th of July. So it's been a long wait for Matt. It's been a long wait, but he has done it. He's done the Australian leg of the tour. That is his 7th leg of the tour, and I know that already he's looking at the next options. Now, looking at the job list, we looked at this very, very quickly late last night when we saved. There was something that appealed to him. I think it was that team in Greece, Rhodes, I think. Now, Greece would be an interesting one for Matt because I've not been to Greece yet. And I think he'll want to go to a nation maybe where I ain't been, so it don't look like he's always like second hand, so to speak. But who knows? That being said, he might just hold out and wait for something else, but he's obviously got to go. He's got to go to a country where he's not been yet. Now, I'm just bringing up another page here. Now, Matt started out with, he's done England with West Ham, Germany, France, Spain, the United States, Italy, and now Australia. So who knows what will be next? Over to me then, and we have got our next chapter in the game. We're at Shandong Taishan in China. I have never been in China before in my life. Now, bear in mind, right, like ODB especially, you don't have the China League available. It's replacing South Korea on the update. You know, you don't have to have that, but that is an option. I think it was when all the money was coming to China several years ago that option was implemented. So we finally did it with Flamengo, which we'll go to first, actually. We'll go to Flamengo. After 4 years, not 4 years, after 3 years in Brazil, we finally did what we set out to do. We finally did what we set out to do. Let's just go to the... Fucking hell, I should have just done this, shouldn't I, dickhead? So we finally left, there you see, we left in the 11th of March. Now, we went to China, and I'll explain more about the China in a moment, but we left Flamengo in absolute stunning form. We got to the playoffs final again. As you can see, we've already gone through half the season, so they've had that sort of state championship shit, but Serie A is where it's at. That's what they've got to win. And... you know, let's just go to... It might be easier if I do it this way and go to Flamengo this way. So they've just had their Campeonato Championship, which they've won over 2 legs. But in terms of last year, we won absolutely everything. And I mean everything. The Club World Cup was just sweet. It was sweet to win that on penalties against AC Milan. We had won the Sudamericana final against Corinthians. We had... we were involved in a competition, Recoup Sudamericana. I don't quite know why we were in that. Really don't. Might be... honestly, I don't know why we were playing Corinthians or anything. Either way, it was only a final of 2 legs, and we won it. And we'd prior already won the Liberados final against Corinthians. Now, the bizarre thing happened, right, where we lost to Corinthians In our second season in Argentina, our first full season with Flamengo, we lost to Corinthians in the final, having lost the first leg, you may recall. But Corinthians, right, they were always my bogey team, and we lost one league game in Serie A, and that was against Corinthians. So I was a little bit apprehensive, I think it's fair to say. However, Botafogo, they actually, well, let's just get to it. Botafogo sensationally smashed Corinthians in the second leg over here. They lost the first leg, and I thought to myself, it's going to be Corinthians in the final. But they smashed them, and I was more confident to beat Botafogo because Botafogo are in the same Campeonato Championship. We won 3 of them whilst we were in Brazil, 2 with Flamengo, 1 with Bragantino. Job done in China. So we took over China after the window had already closed. There was 1 league game played. 1 league game had been played, and that's our situation just after the halfway stage. But the important thing now, July the 9th, we have just taken our 10 signings. These top 2 weren't ours, and our 10 signings, we had a fair bit of money actually. There seems to be quite a little bit of income coming through, even though there's no season ticket money. Quick gander, Nathan Yates, very pleased with Nathan Yates. Warrington, incidentally, I don't know if they're still there, let's have a look. No, they've been relegated, they were top flight. We brought in Ayari, yeah, he's not great. I mean, you've got to think to yourself, right, our calibre of players is going to be nothing to what we're used to. I mean, there's some players that are really good, but there was there's 2 marquee players. Any ideas who that might be as a regen of? I actually already had him on my shortlist, and I actually offered him higher terms than what he wanted. He wanted 7-8 grand, and Real Madrid were in for him, but that is, of course, Harry Kane. That is Harry Kane. The reason I've put that in, the notes get deleted when you sign a player, but that is Harry Kane. But the marquee signing is definitely this guy. Now, he don't look that great, does he? And you probably think it's a bit silly. But yeah, you can work out who that is. That is a regen of a regen. That is, of course, Messi. Now, what I've done with him is I've done a sneaky one for him, as we've both been doing throughout this whole adventure. 15 million we paid for him, with another 15 million after X amount of caps, which we probably won't be here for. Who gives a fuck? But that's our 10 signings, because our objective really is to make an assault on the league. I think I needed to be in this sort of position when the window opened. I wasn't too far off the pace, because it was a very, very difficult, with the side that we inherited, it wasn't a very good squad whatsoever. But we're in China. We got knocked out the Champions League. I'm not even sure why we were in it, but we got through the quarterfinals, which is like a little group, and then we got knocked out to Western United 2-1, deservedly, I think it's fair to say, in extra time. So, as I said, this is my first time, and from what I can gather, it's just the standard practice of 30 league games. Is that right? That's not. How can it be 30 league games? It should be 28, shouldn't it? Ooh, now I'm worried. It says here, game week for game 30. Oh, I get that, I think. I'm guessing it's 28 league games, isn't it? They won the title. Okay. So they won it last season. Tianjin Jinmen Tiger, and we actually knocked them out of the World Club Cup against Flamengo. Okay. Now Shandong, incidentally, last season, I looked at what they'd won if they'd done anything last season. They actually won the cup. They actually won the cup. They were in the Champions League last season as well, so I don't quite know why they're in the Champions League. Maybe because they won the cup. Yeah, probably because they win the cup. Then I'm guessing. Yeah, because they won the cup, the league the year before, so that would probably make sense. I'm not sure. If anyone's got any input on the Chinese league, let me know. This is the update, let me remind you, October 2024, the most recent update available. But the game just goes on. It goes on, and it's fucking great. We're going to have a day off today, and it's all good. It's all good as we look to crown the low end to the legend. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.